Good morning. So, as you know, those who followed me, I created a new slide without any biological matter, but it's not a microscopic slide. It's more for like a contraption. I placed it in the mamad, like in the security room in the apartment, because the room where I live, where I sleep, as you know, the wires in the wall are constantly changing in order for the magnetic field to always change and torture me, and this also affects the contraption that I'm now that I prepared, and I wanted it to work as fast as possible, as efficiently as possible. So I had to change room for the security room here and put it on the floor, so it's less. According to my estimation, maybe it's the opposite. Feel free to correct me, but I think that it's more difficult to arrange such thing on the floor than inside the walls, because the floor, as far as I know, is totally insulated. But maybe I'm wrong. Anyway, it's on the floor. So. Okay, so let's get outside the room. So as you've seen, I switched to direct getting the electricity from the wall, because that's where I can get much more energy. But I'm using a transformer, of course, so it will be only direct current, not alternate current. I think that I chose a transformer which is too weak. I think only 1.2 volts and 1 ampere, which is not enough. So I will search for a better transformer here inside the house. The way I arranged it, the contraption is so-called contraption. It's just a relatively small black plate of small thin sheet of aluminum paper with 3 names written on it, and I put the semen juice on it and covered it with a petri dish glass, and also glued it with super glue to the aluminum foil, so it will be so it will be actually some kind of a vacuum inside, because all the air is initially, when I started it, the air just, it was easy to see that air is coming out of the device, and then the glue hardened, and now it's completely sealed, I think. And indeed, when it was and as you've seen, I created like a simple device using a transformer and several house appliances or home appliances. So the current will be connected from both sides of the cardboard that the aluminum foil is glued on top of it. And indeed, when I connected it to the outlet, to the electrical outlet, the movement of the flow, the natural flow began to be much quicker. It's not like an avalanche, but it's still very slow. Let's put it on the table. We're speaking about like a little heap of calm that just moves by its own volition. It's not going to gain a terrible momentum. It's one of the slowest things in the world. If the speed that it has is more than 0 kilometers per second or per hour, anything above 0 is kind of record breaking for this material. You have to agree with me. So yeah, it moves, but very, very slowly. But when I connected it to the outlet in my room, it moved a little less slowly. And when I connected it now to the outlet inside the security room, where I think the torture device that is used to torture me is not operating. So indeed, I've seen more improvement in the flow. In any case, it will be quite a while before we will see results, because the issue is it's quite big. It's much bigger than the normal. That I used to the normal in a way that we are both used to in this line of experiment. The microscopic slides. What I want to do now is to search for another transformator here, maybe one that is stronger. I mean, 1 ampere is fine, but I mean, 1.2 volt is too weak. I mean, I think I will search for optimally something like 10 volts or at least 6 volts, with again something like 1 ampere. Maybe I'll find one in the house, and then I will. My goal now will be to get back to using slides, because I do want to see how things are going under the microscope. I think it's a great advantage. So what I think I will do is the following. I will create a normal plastic slide like the one that I'm used to, and I will cover the border, like the outline of the slide, with a layer of aluminum foil. And inside, I mean, on the slide I'll put the normal, I mean, the juice. I have several more syringes that I prepared ready to be used. And on top of them, I'll put maybe something new that I haven't, I mean, not something biological. Let's try something not biological. So either I will take, I mean, I need to decide, either I will take some kind of like I need to find a very small part of from a used hard disk, or from, I don't know, like from computer memory, random access memory, something like that. That will be, if I can find a very small thing, it will be ideal, because I think it will be incredible to see how the bots are handling printed circles. Or another option is that I have, like, I mean, that I'm fond of, is to do what I've already done, and I actually need to check it, but this is not connected to electricity, so it's going to be normal speed, which is very slow. So and it's to put like my own painting, my miniature draw, and to see how they handle my drawing. But this time I will cover. I mean, I'll cover everything with this, the normal duct tape, like the thin duct tape, so there will be less air and more friction. Because I think that the absence of friction in the current device that I've just shown you, I think it's great. I mean, but maybe it's not. I mean, it's a flaw in the design, because the ceiling should have been lower. So I will go back to ceiling of. I mean, to use like thin duct tape for ceiling. And of course, so all this, I mean, in order for this to work, I mean, for the current to flow, for electrical current to flow, I mean, the whole shenanigan depends on the property of the Siemens, of my Siemens, that is electrically conductive. So it's an assumption that, I mean, I haven't stated boldly and proved, but I mean, it makes sense, because otherwise, how can all the bots are in the Siemens, so if they use some of electricity to their benefit, it means that the juice itself is conductive. So since my thought is, I mean, I haven't tried it, so my thought is that since the juice is conductive, and the aluminum foil, which does not cover the entire slide, but only the outline, the borders, is conductive. If I'll manage to connect the slide from both its sides to 2 wires, and the wires to transformator that will be placed in the electrical socket in the wall, then I will have a working microscope with a slide in its belly that is connected to the electricity that gets power, external power, which will be amazing, because this way, I'll be able to show you movies, videos of how the bots behave while they are supercharged. And so that's what I'll try to do in the next hour or so. I still owe you a video of the historic slide. But I don't have half of it, because I already watched it. Just before the previous video that I mentioned it. So maybe I'll give it another day or two. So yes, what I will do now is to find an alternative electrical contraption to be used by the Siemens bots, but specifically when they are in a mission that they should be on a slide inside the microscope. So I think it's gonna be great. And again, I'm glad to accept any comment. Any suggestions. Also, if you have any special requirement, like you want me to show you something, then go ahead. Don't be shy. And also, you should destroy the state of Israel and rescue me and my daughters from the Nazi prison because it is hell. I'm subject to torment here. This is not a joke. Everything I said on Manor is completely accurate and true. I'm subject to continuous torture, and it's hell, and it's my jail. I cannot leave. I mean, even my room. I cannot leave my room. It's really. I mean, it's incredibly difficult, and there is no end to end in the horizon. And I need to get out of here. I need to get out of the Nazi prison.